This really couldn't be any easier. You've got two different sizes of the coffee filters that you put into the thingy. So this is a single shot. This is a quad shot or a 12-ounce coffee. On the side of the machine is where you can keep some things, like these things. So I'm going to do a single. So you can see it lines up to where a big notch fits into a big notch, and you just pop it in. And then you put this piece on, which is a filter, and you line up big notch to big notch, and it just snaps on like that. Then it just slides in to this part. You turn the machine on. You already have your coffee beans up here. And then it has a recommended size and your current size. So that was when I was doing the quad. So it has a little turny thing here. So you just make that smaller till it matches the grind size, 8 and 8. So then you hit start grind. It does its thing. When it's done, you pull it out. Keeping this on, use this little tapper thing, tapper, and you put it down in there. Kind of just get that part off. Then you take this filter thing off. Then you line up the red dot to the red dot, and you turn it till it gets to the lock position. Make sure you have your thing on there, and it already knows it's an espresso. I think I have the right size cup, we'll see. And then you hit this button for start brew. And then it has these little lines up here, so you know, even though it doesn't seem like it's doing anything, and you're not sure if you should take the cup away yet, it's still doing its thing until it comes to here and beeps. So let's let it brew. In the meantime, these things can go right back onto the side. Let's see if I can move this. Actually, I should have put it, it has a thing where you can set it up higher so you don't get drips everywhere. I forgot about that. And then, that's it. You're done. And there's my little shot of espresso that I can add to protein drinks or whatever.
Espresso, a quad, cold press. You could do classic coffee. You could do iced coffee, cold brew. There is a frother section. You can do dairy and plant-based, and I go back and forth between oat milk and whole milk, regular cow's milk. And this is a great option. You can change the different settings for how foamy you like it. This is the little foam kit. Mine's not clean. I just made a coffee, so you're gonna have to forgive me. And this machine beeps at you all the time, so it goes in there. This right here is gonna hold your coffee and go in here. You go ahead and stick your little plastic kit on there. Doing this one-handed with my left hand is hard. Okay, you're gonna stick it in here. You're gonna go ahead and once it's set, see it's once at 12, start the grind. It's going to grind, the beans go in here. This is UV protected, so if it's closer to the sun, it won't damage those beans. It's gonna go ahead and do that. Once you're done, we're gonna go ahead and tamp it. And then what I really like about this is that it's got a little orange button right here, and you match that with this orange. So when you go ahead and install it, it's a really easy install. I don't have anything for this phone, so I've got to do this one-handed. You tamp it down. I think I might want to tamp that a little bit better. Okay, there we go. And it comes with all of this. So then you go ahead and you match that. And so it's easy. Look at this, left-handed. I'm a right-handy. And one hand, my old coffee mug. Maybe I'll stick that just a tad over. And then you can go ahead and click start brew. I've sort of moved this whole machine by doing this. What's nice is there's this little door right here. You can actually hold other things in. You can go ahead and fill this up while that's filling. You can see it's filling right there. One thing I do want to say, you have to remove this whole bottom tray right here. And then it's filled with water, so you do have to dump that water because it will go everywhere if you don't dump it every 2 to 3 times. It's all the excess water from here. You can fill this with milk and then you can foam it. It comes out with a great latte.
Watch how we make our coffee using our Ninja Espresso coffee maker. Ninja Espresso machine. Sometimes we make espresso, usually we just make coffee. This little red says add water, so you can put this up in the pack. Easily pops off, fill this. Grab this to brew your coffee, and depending what size cup you use, there's 2 different baskets. So this is the espresso basket if you want to make an espresso. This is for the other coffees or if you make a quad shot, but I'm just doing a regular cup of coffee. It pops right on. And click on the filter. It slides in. This automatically calibrates your grind size, and there's a dial on the side here to move it. Start the grind. So I just kind of hit it to level it out. Take this off on the side, and then it pops just right up into here easily. And you lock it, grab your cup. This also adjusts depending on what size cup you have. And this can slide out too if you have a very tall cup, which is usually for iced coffee separate. How is it? Alright, so to clean it out really quick, you just pop this out. This has the old coffee grinds, you gotta dump it. I personally like iced coffee over ice. So I do that. Let this calibrate. Grind my beans and I get my cup thing. Take the funnel off. Pop this guy in. There we go. I have to remove this so that my cup fits. And then people buy this for the espresso part, which we do use sometimes, but the iced coffee for me is the best. to see how awesome it looks. Look at that foam. Look at that foam. Oh my goodness. It's perfect. Woo! Beautiful. Then what's even cooler is you just wipe this thing down, but as any former barista knows, that's not the hard part, right? Just gotta wipe the milk off, the milk residue. But pop it back in. This shit cleans itself. Makes the foam and cleans itself. Now I just gotta figure out how to put the fancy designs on this cup of coffee. So cool.
Bueno, vamos a darle el primer café.
we built together.
Marie, I wanted to be upfront with you, but it is complicated.
I poured my heart out to you. I told you things about my life that I am ashamed of. So why don't I get the same honesty and vulnerability from you? I mean, like I can handle complicated. What I can't handle is being lied to.
It's not enough things to live over here. I have no choice. The person that runs this head, I do what they say, but they're gonna hurt you, Marie.
Okay. Well, so, all right, so The Rock.
Alright, so take 2 is better. I don't know what happened with take 1. Look at that. That's it? The hell? That's all I get? Jesus. Look at that old, look at that. So pretty.
Can you pour my... Ooh, that's hot. Yeah, I think it is only 1 shot for you. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, look at that. Starbucks who?